fast track, this is exactly what it is. Literally from the day that we submit the client's process, from the day that we submit what we refer to as the primary applicant, there are 3 laws that come into play here, but the RE law specifically refers to the primary applicant, the head of the family, or those who have chosen to be the head of the family. It doesn't necessarily need to be the husband or the wife, or it doesn't necessarily need to be the breadwinner. They just need to choose one person to be the primary applicant. From the point at which we submit the primary applicant's application, within 30 days they will have their residence card in their hand. Little plastic card, looks like a driver's license in most countries, just a little photograph, and they have their residence card. And they've created a special department that handles these processes. So things go really, really quickly. Their family who join them, we'll talk about the family afterwards, but their family that join them on the program, within 90 days they have their residence cards, I'm speaking about residence cards in their hand. Okay, there are 3 categories of investment to qualify for the program. The first one is a capital investment. What falls in this category is an investment in a Portuguese bank. If you place €1 million, if the primary applicant deposits €1 million with a Portuguese bank, this is essential. It has to be a Portuguese bank in Portugal. If you happen, most Portuguese banks will have branches around the world in places like Brazil. I know the ladies are from Brazil. They have branches in Poland. Other countries in the world, no. It has to be in a Portuguese bank in Portugal, or Portuguese licensed bank in Portugal. So Deutsche Bank has a Portuguese license in Portugal. They would qualify in that category, €1 million or more. The investment has to be always for 5 years. So in the case of the deposit, it would be a fixed deposit for 5 years. The other category is business. If you decide to, for argument's sake, a shoe manufacturer needs to invest in some capital equipment and he doesn't have the finance, you can, or the applicant can invest in that company in exchange for a percentage of the shares. Let's say, here's €1 million, it has to be $1 million, here's €1 million, and in exchange we'll take up 50% of the shareholding in your company. That would qualify. They can also buy Portuguese shares, Portuguese companies listed on the Portuguese stock exchange. That would also qualify them. Again, €1 million worth of shares. This share category, the share option, is one that very few people have taken, I think probably on a single hand. The reason being is that the law is not specific in terms of what happens. There are 2 renewals that we do in the course of getting our permanent residence. There are 2 renewals. The law is not clear in terms of what the valuation on that asset will be at the time. So if you happen to invest in Portuguese shares and there's a dip in the market, you could end up having to top up your investment. So most people tend to shy away. Also, we don't have such an active stock exchange. Our stock market is quite small. But that category is in there. And then the category which by far the majority of people, applicants have gone through, has been through property. If you make an investment in real estate in Portugal, regardless of the category, so it can be residential, can be commercial, can be land, can be a combination of all 3, an investment of €500,000 or more will qualify them for their residence. And those are the categories. Everything revolves around that. Did the funds come in? Have we got proof that the funds came in? The banks will give us a declaration to say, yes, the funds arrived and they were transferred into the purchase of this property. At the time that we present the application, we need to have a title deed. They will only accept a title deed as proof of the investment. And together with that, a simple declaration of honor. This is very typically Portuguese. Portuguese still believe in this concept of honor. So they make you sign a simple declaration of honor that you will maintain the investment for 5 years. If you maintain the investment for 5 years, you will get your permanent residence in Portugal. Okay. Supported by all of the state departments. It's all, I mean, today when I first started talking years ago about this, you couldn't find it on the internet, but CEF is the immigration department. If you go onto the Portuguese immigration website, you will see it appears there, the golden They call it the golden residence. Some people call them the golden visa, because just to understand, a visa for Portuguese people actually is a residence. It's not a travel visa as we understand it. ICEP, which is the international trade desk that they have around the world, and MNE are the consulates, the various Portuguese consulates around the world. They all have this on their websites.